the declaration of the seasoned governor, the incumbent governor, which is Ademola Adeleke, being emerging victorious. And now, he also had him, saw the jubilation in his family and, singing and praising God for the victory that he has gotten. Now, we're on to our correspondent who is standing by. Okay, now, INEC has just declared Ademola Adeleke as the winner of Osun State in the Osun State governorship election. Now, what's the mood like in the Collation Center, and are the party agents reacting to this development?
Sorry, this place is a lot of things are happening right now. So camera operators are just moving things around. So you pardon the old distractions that we're having right now. It's coming with the terrain. It's coming with the announcement. It's coming with the fact that people just want to leave here on time, go and get reactions on the street. So pardon that arrangement. But currently, the announcement has been made. Governor Adeleke has been re-elected the governor of Osun State, and we just quickly had an interview with the campaign DG. I hope he's free again, because I have a few questions I would have really loved to ask him on a direct level from News Central. As we do, we want to feel the pulse of the people. But he mentioned key things, about 4 things I would like to highlight. He mentioned one, that Governor Adeleke specifically passed the message that nobody should give anybody money to vote for them, and that for them to get this kind of victory without money, without vote buying, that is a record for Osun State. He also mentioned that all military officers have been given a standing order that they should arrest anybody that they see with money. So that also, for him, he believes that it's a good step in the right direction. He said he was also encouraged that the people of Osun decided that this is the person they were going to vote for and stood by it, repelled attack of talks that were going to take away. In some places, there were still ballot snatching, according to the records we heard here today during the collation officers reading out their information. There was still some ballot snatching, and those places, the result of that place was actually cancelled. But still appreciated the people of Osun, noting that they came out en masse and vote. He mentioned something significant also, which we might want to pay attention to. He said yesterday night, the president placed a call through to the governor of Osun State to congratulate him. So you start asking yourself, if the president placed a call through to Governor Adeleke to congratulate him, does he already know Governor Adeleke had won? Was he privy to some information that most of us were not privy to while we were just waiting? This announcement is just an official statement. Nobody knows, but of course, for the president to place that call through, it means there must have been an information. Also, he mentioned that he wouldn't say that this election was actually free and fair, not because the people didn't vote, not because the electoral officers, electoral umpire didn't do their best, not because materials were not provided, but because till now he mentioned that there had been intimidation of their people, representatives of Accord. In fact, he mentioned that some are still in detention even as of today. So that's why he wouldn't necessarily say it's free and fair, not because it's not free or fair, or not because they have not done their INEC, electorate and security operatives have not done their bits to make it so, but because there are still so many things. He also cited the pre-election violence and pocket of violence, noting that he's happy that those things didn't deter the electoral process and didn't affect the electoral process by any means possible. So I thought he was still going to be here so I can have a quick one with him, but I guess he has left. But these are the points he was able to note out while we're having a conversation with him. Earlier, we also had the deputy governor seated right here, but because the announcement delayed a little bit, he had left. We would have had a conversation with him also. In front of the INEC office, we're also hearing information that people are gathering across streets in Osun State, the capital here, Osogbo specifically, and just chanting solidarity, chanting Imole. I think that is the slang they have for the governor, and I'm sure the governor himself right now will be happy, because a lot of people have said Osun State is a litmus test. It's a litmus test for the electorate. Out of about 2 million registered voters in Osun State, 1 million plus came out. It's not that vote apathy has been totally taken out, but compared to the norm that Nigerian elections have seen over the years, they will say it's a step in the right direction in terms of voter apathy. And of course, he's also happy that this is happening. This will tell how the elections next year, the general elections next year, will go, because it's like a litmus test. For INEC, a lot of people have also commended them that they've stepped up their game in terms of there are times we got to different polling units and we met INEC officials as early as 7:13 a.m. set up materials ready and everything there. And we met electorates and we met security operatives. So everybody upped their game here. Yes, there's also still room for improvement because there were complaints about uploading results to the IRF portals and a whole lot of other things. But let's see how INEC electorate security party stakeholders can learn from these and implement it in the coming elections. And we'll see if we'll move away from the era where we have to worry about election violence, where we have to worry about vote buying, where we have to worry about security operatives being complacent in terms of doing their job, and where we have to worry about INEC actually conducting free and fair election in Nigeria.
A very big thank you to you there for giving us that update on the update or the situation report, what's going on over there. I'm going to ask just this last question, basically. Now, from what we saw that some party agents actually signed, looking at APC. I didn't really recall anyone an agent standing in to sign. Now, is a norm in Nigeria where we have, after elections, we have this, the next thing we are going to the tribunal. Now, do you see this going to happen in this election? Now, I would have asked this particular question looking at the pass mark for INEC, but you said, there are some issues and everything, which I think they're still on average. But on this particular note, do you see other opposition parties going to the tribunal after this election?
Well, the truth is, I don't know how they will feel. I can tell you what I noticed. However, today, just before the declaration, we noticed that the APC party agent was not here, which is quite uncommon, because normally you would have all the party agents, state coalition party agents, go and actually sign the form, and then it will be released. Their results will be released to them. So I really can't tell how they feel right now. There were videos circulating online earlier saying that some major party stakeholders of the opposition party were moving out of the state as at 2 a.m., 3 a.m.-ish, unconfirmed reports, however. So we can't tell how they feel now. We'll reach out to them, and maybe then they will be able to express themselves and tell us how exactly they feel. And let's put it on record. It's not just the ruling party at the federal level. It's not just APC. Even the ADC also pulled strength. It's the third in the race, and the campaign before the election was also huge. They had some numbers as well, though the disparity in terms of how close the ADC candidates were to the second position, which was the APC candidate, is quite huge. But it doesn't mean that they didn't have people vote for them. So these are people also we reach out to. Even the AAC candidates, because New Central reached out to majority of the candidates to hear their view, to let them speak, because they campaigned and they have the right to do so, and they have the right for people to vote for them. So we'll reach out again to them, ask what exactly their reactions would be now. I remembered I was asking one of the candidates, I think from AAC earlier, before now, that if he wins, what will be his first policy? He mentioned it, and I asked him, what if he loses? Because he gave some very bright initiative. I asked if he will share these initiatives with a winning party or with a winning candidate, and he said he won't lose. And it just brings back the conversation about continuum in governance, that even if you're not there, if you have an idea, can you share it for the benefit of the people, for governance to continue, for continuity in governance? But these are still conversations that require elaborate discussion. But for now, I don't know how they feel. We'll reach out and we'll certainly get their reaction over.